Well, hello there. That was a bit creepy. Well, hello. This is Retro Spirits Gaiden. This is Raiden Project on the PS1. And, I don't know what happened there. Apologies. This is piano music. Possibly MIDI style. Anyway, this is the intro to Raiden Project, which is a 2D shoot-'em-up compilation. But we have a very rudimentary 3D intro here, which really isn't showcasing the power of the PS1 console to any great degree, is it? We've got wobbly graphics, we've got the slowest lasers in the known universe. We have a tank. Well, that was impressive. When those lasers hit that tank, they just disappeared. A tank that walks. And you can see in 3D that a walking tank is highly impractical. Oh, he's firing more of those crappy blue lasers. Yeah, you just wouldn't design a tank that does this, would you? It just doesn't work. Oh, I didn't know whether to go left or right there. It is a difficult choice. I face that choice every day. Left or right. Oh, we've gone into sort of Thunder Force mode in the music. Lovely. That gun turret is just rotating constantly like it's got no idea where it should be pointing or shooting. I'm confused. I'm a walking tank. I'm confused. That well, they've tried, haven't they? They've tried to do some sort of filmic shots. It's not working very well. There's a slow-ass rotation. How dynamic did that look? I'm going to shoot you in the face at point-blank range, you mother! This is weird. This is the weirdest, crappiest intro for a game ever created. Look at the size of that! The size of that plane versus that tank. And it's like 2 foot away from it. Rubbish explosion. Well, that was impressive. Thanks for including a awful 3D intro to your game. Whoever converted this to the PlayStation 1. Seibu Kaihatsu. Right, well, the Raiden games themselves, the actual games, the 2D games on this disc, are both very good vertically scrolling shoot-'em-ups. They are, however, also incredibly difficult. Well, at least I find them incredibly difficult. Just looking at the screen modes there, you can kind of rotate the screen 90 degrees for your Tate mode, which does make the games look rather nice. But let's play one of the games in standard mode. So here they fit the whole of the vertical screen into a horizontal image, and actually, do you know what? It works pretty well. It doesn't get too shimmery. Looks alright. This is how long it takes to load, which isn't a small amount of time. We've got a... Oh, more loading. Got some loud sound effects there. Now we've got some muffled music. So the Raiden games really are essentially kind of boring looking. They all take place over woodland with sort of a European flavour to it. It's a bit strange. But anyway, what Raiden 2 does, and this is a Raiden 2, Raiden, is it ups the visual ante over the first game by having shrapnel flying all over the place, which is a lovely effect. I do like the shrapnel in your eyes effect going on here. Bits and pieces. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, it just hit that duck in the eye in that pond. There's no duck there. Oh, it's just taken out a swan. Oh no. The thing is, you can shoot the bad guys and they crash to the floor and they take out trees. Look at that, it just set fire to those trees. Oh, and they can leave craters. And even little bits of shrapnel that fly off then hit the floor and leave a little crater on the floor. Oh, the attention to detail is lovely. And this background has a nice crater coming up. Oh, it's a visual highlight. Yeah, it doesn't sound too impressive as I'm describing it, but just look at that. Beautiful, beautiful bit of 2D, bit of art there. Anyway, the game is fairly simple. You've got a red gun, which is your spread gun. You've got a blue gun, which is your powerful but narrow beam weapon. And you have the purple laser in this game, which kind of wraps its way around the screen and damages anything it touches, but it's a fairly weak gun. You have two types of missile and two types of bomb. So your missiles are either forward-firing high power, or homing missiles, which are lower power but seek out the bad guys. And you have a bomb which is like a nuclear bomb, and you have a cluster bomb. And that's basically it. Then the game throws you in to lots of different situations where lots of enemies fire lots of bullets at you, and it's one-hit kills and fairly difficult. This boss, although I said it was impractical in the intro, does look cool in the game. You cannot deny that. It's a cool looking beast. Oh, dying straight away. The little fairy there is going to spit out some power-ups for me. There we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so the first boss actually is probably the most impressive boss in the game, to be honest. And there's two of them, look. Oh, it's double tank action. Why settle for one tank when you can have two? Anyway, this compilation is kind of cool. It shows that the PlayStation is no slouch for 2D games, that's for sure. There's plenty of shizzle flying around, and it's full of nicely animated bits and bobs, you can't argue with that. And I'm playing the Japanese version here. And the Japanese version is about 35 quid. Currently, the PAL, this did come out on the PAL console, and I do remember having this back when it was first released in PAL territories, and it had borders on it, which made the visuals slightly lacking, but it's, being squashed vertically with a couple of bars on it. But the gameplay was the same, he says with questioning tone. It's been so long since I played that I can't remember, actually. The PAL version is actually a very expensive game now. The music for Raiden 1, which we're playing here, is slightly poorer than the sequel. I think this is a 1990 game. And for 1990, it does have some nice visuals and lots of stuff flying around, which is groovy. The PC Engine version of this game is fairly accurate, I'd say, even though it's a different aspect ratio. It's a pretty decent game. This game was converted to many different consoles, including the Atari Jaguar, which got a crappy version, I believe. I think the worst version is supposedly the Super Famicom. Never played it. A Mega Drive version is supposed to be passable. But anyway, you could get this on multiple platforms. None of them were particularly accurate. The PC Engine got closest, I believe. I do own the PC Engine version, and I did enjoy the game. So that's an expensive game, and it costs much more than this compilation. The Raiden 2 game only ever got converted to the PlayStation, I believe, and it got re-released a little bit later on as Raiden Dx, which has got some gameplay variations in it, including a boss rush mode, which you can find videos of on YouTube. Like I said, the game itself is about 35 quid, so for your 35 quid you get two sort of pretty, well, I'm going to say dull looking. They're like nicely detailed, but they're not super exciting visually games, apart from the shrapnel on the second game, which is cool, and the curvy laser thing's a nice effect. But they're highly detailed, just a bit, locations are just a bit boring. You kind of fly over, say, forests and open water, and then you kind of work into space, and space isn't even that interesting in this game. The music actually here, because it's blasting in my ears at the moment, it's reminding me very much of a tiger shark, flying shark, or tiger heli, ultimate tiger. Jesus Christ. Too many words, not enough brain power! This boss is a bit of a walkover. You just sit on top of it. Surprised he's not already dead. I mean, let him get a shot, but you can kill him much quicker than that. You just sit on top of it. Actually, the PC Engine music now I'm listening to this isn't. It's pretty accurate. Yeah, the PC Engine is a decent version. Oh no, mutual destruction. He got me. I got him. We both died. No, he sent me back to a checkpoint. You mother fudger. What was I saying? Anyway, 35 quid for 2 games. Yeah, okay. It's that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, they're a bit boring to look at, but they are fun. How fun shoot 'em ups. But they're good to play. But you have to, absolutely have to, turn the difficulty down, because I think the default is either hard or very hard, and the bullet speed is just, you just can't get used to it. You've got to work yourself in easily to the game. And starting you off with a pea shooter when you die on very hard means you don't last that long. So here we have turned on Tartar mode, and the controls get rotated automatically. So you're going to need to rotate your TV, and if you want to view this properly, you're going to need to rotate your head or the device you're looking at it on. But as you can see on the larger view, the graphics only improve. You can see all the detail that's packed in. And like I say, the shrapnel stuff in this is lovely. So yeah, proves your PlayStation's a bit of a sprite pushing powerhouse. So Sega Saturn owners don't get it all their own way. This was never released on the Saturn. I think it was scheduled to be, and they just dropped it like it was hot. No, they dropped it like it stank. Unfortunately. They were wrong though, the Saturn was hot. I like the way you blow the tops of the tanks off and they still kind of drive forward, as if the guy is slumped at the tank controls, slumped on them, and is just following the same path. Oh, see, I mean, it's like I'm putting backstory in where none exists. That's how much this game inspires me. It doesn't. I'm talking nonsense. The music's very upbeat for what's happening on screen. I will say that. There's a road into a cliff there, look. That's not very well designed. Oh, it's a tunnel. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah. Good game for the PS1. Do enjoy it. It's up to you whether you think it's worth 35 quid for 2 games though. And like I say, the PAL version is prohibitively expensive. So for between, I mean, the lowest price I've seen this is 20, in the late 20s. So it's up to you. Or you could buy Raiden Dx, which is just Raiden 2 but with gameplay variations. Also, what looks to be a quality game. I haven't played it though. Just watched some videos on it. Looks kind of cool. Has palette swaps for things. Similar graphics. There we go. Yeah, it's a recommended game. Recommended game. Not hugely expensive when it comes to retro games, really. But also, it's kind of at that price point where you do want to think twice about it. I don't know what the emulation's like for Raiden 2 in MAME. That might be a way to go. Like I say, buying the PC Engine version Super Famicom or Mega Drive Corn version will cost you more than this game does on the PS1, and it's pretty much arcade perfect, I would imagine. So if you've got PS1, that's probably the best way to play Raiden 2, maybe, unless MAME kills it. I don't know. Yeah. Alright then. Ta-ra!